It's dark outside, and I've been up in this bitch getting fried. Welcome back to Bestie After Dark, where I tell your worst or most interesting dating, romance, and bedroom storytime submissions. This week, I have a very special guest joining us. My best friend is with us, and we are gonna. You see her hand? Yeah, she's real. She's real, bitch. We are going to read your hottest gossip together and weigh in. As a reminder, if you would like to get your stories to me, please visit ycbestie.com/bad to fill out my form. The title of your first After Dark story time is I Learned What a Shower Was in the Worst Way. Hey, bestie, you got to read all the way to the climactic ending of this one. Have you ever had a crush on someone and they talked such a good game and then you find yourself just like, oh, well, that's disappointing. Yeah, so that's what happened here, but it is so much worse than you think. Let's take it back to 8th grade. I was homeschooled for grades 3 to 7, so I was already experiencing culture shock just being in school with kids my age since, for all those years, I was only ever really around old folks and evangelicals. Well, to make matters worse, I was sent to a private school where the ratio of girls to boys was like 1 to 3. I wasn't aware at the time that I was considered conventionally attractive because that's not something that was prioritized or valued highly in my very religious home. I was like fresh meat in a shark tank for those boys, and I was shook. One boy, though, man, when I tell you I thought he was hot, every time he looked at me, I would get butterflies. And he liked me too. And obviously, at that age, most of us are inexperienced, but I was really inexperienced. The boy decided one day to call me outside of the school and wanted to kiss. And it was the most horribly awkward moment that to this day, it still gives me the ick. He came at me with his mouth open, so I assumed that I was that kind of thing. Yeah, I assumed I was supposed to match that energy. And next thing I know, I'm being choked by a tongue, and it felt like wrestling soggy carpet. His teeth bumped against mine, too. I was appalled. That night, I broke things off and I began questioning my sexuality because if it was normal and I hated it that bad, then I had to be asexual. I definitely was not attracted to girls. And then a few years, a few boyfriends, a marriage, and kids later, this guy pops back up. Now, my husband at the time and I agreed to separate with the idea of divorce looming. I wanted it and he didn't, but I told him he was free to do what he wanted because I planned to do what I wanted too, so I could really figure things out. He was reluctant, but he agreed. Well, insert soggy tongue. He's in my DM now, like the devil himself heard the conversation between my ex and I and sent this guy on a mission. He's saying that he has been in love with me since 8th grade, he never stopped thinking about me, and he still fantasizes about me. And, a girl pending divorce was feeling that big talk. Okay, can I just say, I want to take a second and say, like, has been fantasizing about you since 8th grade. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know you at all. Like, it's cool if you just want some meat, but like, please, honey, I hope that you are not like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he knows me so well, we have so much history. No, he has the idea of you in 8th grade. He might know your preferred McDonald's order in 8th grade, but bitch, are you still eating Happy Meals? You see where I'm coming from? He says he's been in love with me ever since the 8th grade. He's never stopped thinking about me, and he still fantasizes about me. And he talked like he was a adult star. Like, my shit was gonna be rocked. I was pumped. We had a couple of makeout sessions, and the energy was there. Okay, it was fireworks. And well, he started acting weird and saying things like he wanted me to be buried next to him. Planning a life with me and fantasizing about growing old together and saying that he was in love with me. Bitch, this is 2 weeks in and we haven't even done the damn thing at this point. So I'm starting to back it up emotionally, but your girl was feeling the cobwebs, so I agreed to finally meet up with him with the intent of getting it on. The day before, he tells me he wants his grandparents to meet me and tells me a time on a Sunday to be at their house for brunch. Okay, cool, I go. And I'm dressed like someone who was gonna meet the grandparents. I go to the door, I ring the doorbell, and there's no answer. I'm like, what the fuck? So I knock, and same thing. I text the guy and I'm like, hey, I'm here, but no one's coming to the door. He says, "Oh, they'll be right back. Come on in." My dumbass should have fucking known what was waiting on the other side of that door. Who told this man that any woman is going to be hot and ready like a Little Caesars pizza if she opens the door and you are just standing there buck ass naked? I'm so icked out. I say, where are your grandparents? I thought I was meeting them. Girl, Granny was at church praising the Lord while her grandson was trying to do some dirty work in her fucking guest room. Bitch, I'm sitting there like, how did I get here? And at this point, I still haven't looked down. I feel so fucking awkward. But I tell myself, it's just not how I imagine, but maybe he's as good as he says. Fuck it. And I try to get myself in the mood, even though Granny is in the back of my mind the whole time, and I feel like I am desecrating a grave by even having agreed to do this. Then, and only then, I look down and am greeted by a full 2.5 inches. Maybe. I mean, I've seen tadpoles bigger than this. And to make it worse, it had no color. It was like a finger, and all I could think about was those fucking thumbs that ran around on Spy Kids. No. I just knew that whatever happened was going to be the most embarrassing moment of my life, and it was, because I start thinking maybe it's not fully, there yet. Well, we start doing stuff, and I'm trying my damn hardest to get it there and get myself in the mood, and I just can't. But I'm not a quitter. So I just kept it up for the 2 minutes that he lasted, and I faked it so that he would get off of me. That is fucking rough. Now, how about the next thing this guy immediately does is jump up and tell me how we both got to take a shower, and I decline because my ass is going home. But he's like, well, hold on. He takes a shower, a fast one, and he gets out, and now I have to help him put on new sheets. Hello? Whole time I was looking at him like, I leave there fully prepared to block him, but maybe it was just nerves or something, and I decide to give him another chance. Real. We've been there, babe. We get it. I leave there fully prepared to block him, da-da-da-da. I should have listened to myself, because why would this man call me crying, telling me that he got another girl pregnant and he wished that it was me, and asked if I would be willing to be a stepmom? I beg your finest fucking pardon? What in the fuck is going on in your empty ass head that would make you think that I would A, want a kid with your dusty ass, or B, want any parts of whatever the fuck that is? I was insulted, bitch. Like, how dare you even speak those words in my general direction, you crusty dumpster roach? I love her. Well, I take it upon myself to inform old girl that he had been with, what he had been up to, because Lord willing, she still had a chance to dip and save herself, but no, she got mad at me. Of course. Then says, you can have him. I said, baby, please, I do not want him. You ought to know all the reasons that I wouldn't, obviously, and the difference is, you're possibly stuck and you have a chance to change that. Well, she and I both wind up telling him we don't want him and to pick the other girl. And I won because she took him back and I blocked him on everything, everywhere. And just have to live with the embarrassment of knowing that I had this experience. She's got 18 to life attached to this kind of embarrassment. So I'll take embarrassment over having his fucking kid or his fucked up future grave scenario. I'm still so embarrassed. How did I let the same guy give me the ick twice and so many years apart? But hey, I guess he saved my marriage. Temporarily, because I did go back and said, fuck the dating pool. Damn. Real, actually. Went back because it was so bad is crazy. Okay, this is an anonymous series, but I do collect a little bit of information just for different reasons, in case I need follow-ups, in case, whatever, or in case someone, reaches out to me and is like, I want to pull this story, I need to know what to pull out. Man, the name they put on this shit is Young Ho. The title of your After Dark story time is Tinder Misadventures, Confession 1 Billion, The Lip Biter. Hello, bestie. The following is a confession of a young hoe at her lowest. On a cold November night, I matched with a man from Tinder. His profile presented a strong, buff security guard, and we got to talking and we hit it off immediately. I don't usually call hookups on the phone, but we called twice and we had multiple hours-long conversations. He seemed like an ideal candidate to gift the gash gash. We made plans to hang out that weekend. When I arrive at his apartment complex, he walks out to my car and he lets me in. In my rearview mirror, I spot a husky shadow approaching my car. Surely this can't be him. And yet it was. Don't get me wrong, I love a dad bod. I'm a huge fan, but that was not what was advertised to me. He was still a very attractive man to me, but the catfishing was the first infraction. I wonder if they were just pictures of him like younger or if they were like edited or both. Damn, that's rough. I like a little husky, a little.
Right?
Do
How did I forget? How could I forget?
Evil Edgar! He's probably. Oh my god, so many people I've dated are probably in prison. No, not even prison. Like, they're not even good enough to be doing big kid crimes, bro. They're in jail, like, sitting in the drunk tank because no one will come pick them up. They're in jail, like, they had a fucking on them, and no one wants to come get them because no one wants to deal with their shit. So they're just sitting on, like, a $2,500 bond.
Man.
I promise you, I know at least one person in this situation right now. I couldn't tell you which one, but one of them. You know what I mean? That happened to, little bro one time. He was sitting down in Charleston. I was like, that's a you problem.
First of many, I'm sure.
Ain't that the fucking truth? All right. He ordered us a pizza and we watched Peaky Blinders and hung out. Throughout this was some of the worst kissing I had ever experienced in my life. No rhythm. He was a biter, a big time biter, and I'm all for a dash of biting, but it felt like he was actually trying to bite and chew off my lips. This interrupted any attempts at relations. Anytime it heated up, I'd be met with so much physical pain from him biting me, I'd have to rip him off, and it killed the mood. This goes on for like 2 hours. No, he was doing that on purpose. Wholeheartedly, he was doing that on purpose. 2 hours?
So hard to find a good kisser.
Yeah, I don't really like kissing. Is that weird of me?
I don't think it's not weird, but
That's fair. Well, I know a bitch that like doesn't listen to music. Is it that kind of thing?
Oh, okay.
Where it's like, what? You know what I mean? Is not liking kissing and not listening to music on the same. She just doesn't like music.
That's weird.
That, yeah, okay. But like, it's not that I don't like kissing, it's that I think that tongues are disgusting.
I mean, they are.
Yeah, I think that other people's mouths are disgusting. I don't mind kissing, like, but like, fuck no. Hell no. Not since I found out the cavities are contagious. Hell no. I should not have told you that. I'm so sorry.
My face like fell. Okay. Damn. No, I understand. But
Yeah.
a good makeout session would be life changing. Never say never, girl.
Never say never. We were just talking earlier about how like I had like good head before, but nothing that I was like, wow, you've changed my life. I have a new outlook on the world and it's all thanks to you. You know, like maybe I need to, I don't know, talk that boy through it.
I just won that for you. You know?
I mean, I've gotten good head. I think that the thing is I've gotten good head from bad people.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's how it works. And so I never was like, that was so amazing. Because I know you're a fucking piece of shit. This is the one thing you're good at. Yeah. Go ahead, pussy boy. This is the one thing you're good at. This goes on for like 2 hours. At this point, it is midnight, and I already decided to spend the night, but I'm completely exhausted. I decide, okay, I will sleep over, and then I will block him in the morning. Whatever. We're laying in bed together with the lights off and talking when I start to feel my lips buzzing. They're getting hotter, and I can taste iron. I go into his bathroom and I'm greeted with the sight of my bottom lip totally swollen. I look like I had done the Kylie Jenner lip challenge on my bottom lip only, and when I turned to the side, it was noticeably jutted out. I am freaking out. He comes into the bathroom and he reassures me that I look fine and it's not a huge deal. Excuse me?
Now he's done it.
He's definitely done this shit before. You know who this is reminding me of? Community D. Yeah, so I went out with this guy. You guys are aware of the donkey punch story, the guy that punched me in the back of the head, which was crazy. But yeah, he was like this, where he just like, he thought that things were hot and that like I was supposed to, but they're not, and they're like annoying and weird, and so are you.
And aggressive.
And aggressive, yes. Okay, so I like, when I first started seeing him, there were numerous times, not numerous, but several occasions where I would leave our relations like covered in bruises. Insane. Like, she saw them and they were bad. But at the time, there was someone really close to me who was like, "Oh, that's so awesome. You're having so much fun." You know who I'm talking about. And I didn't realize that that person is actually just a sex addict. Yeah, like they're in too deep on like the super freak shit that like actually makes you a deviant. And it wasn't clicking for me that like not everyone is having these experiences, because my deviant ass friend needed to go to therapy. So, you know. But yeah, I don't like this guy. Apparently, my lip had been swollen for a few hours before we fell asleep, but to a lesser degree, and he didn't feel the need to say anything. I asked him if he had bitten other girls that hard before, and he said yes, but he's never gotten any complaints. Hard doubt. And side note, I asked him his body count. He said 9. I asked him how many girls he had met off of Tinder. He said 9. Curious. I bet no repeats.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, no return buyers.
I wanted to come back.
I asked for an ice pack. This man had no ice in his home. The single item in his freezer was a frozen smoothie in a plastic cup. You know what? Yeah, sure, fine. I end up sucking on the sides of this frozen smoothie in his bed and trying not to hyperventilate. As I'm in this humiliating state, this man unlocks his desktop and hands me an AirPod and begins to show me an animated desktop background that he made for some app.
I'm so... She should have been allowed to rob him.
Yes, you should have been allowed to, like, at the very least, pick one thing, and it can be anything that you want, and you should be allowed to take it. Like, she has this huge, like, cat tower right here, and I'm just imagining you being like, "This is mine now, bye." Like, you deserve it. No, because listen, imagine he started showing her basically like his work project portfolio.
While you're sucking on the one thing in his freezer because he fucked up your lip.
Okay, so this is a good example of you're allowed to just leave.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay.
Any moment you can leave.
It was pure Reddit chud humor. One of them was Dark Souls characters dancing to Take On Me.
I got the egg for her.
I know this man be fucking up some Dungeons and Dragons, though. You know what I mean? Like, he be in that shit. At this point, I am fully awake, and I realize I have to escape. Thank God! Thank God! I drive home in shame, and over text, I say that this won't work out. He just responds asking, can I ask why? That's why. Who gonna be the boyfriend? There was not a single good response to that lack of situational awareness, and I just blocked him. I came out of this experience a stronger woman, I bet. Your lip is calloused now, so next time that happens, you'll be a little safer. What's my problem? The next day, I was extremely reflective of everything that had gone wrong in my life to end up in this place. That night, I drunkenly reached out to my number one ex-situationship, and we have rekindled the lost flame, doing on and off again and having mixed, confusing amounts of communication, and balance has since been restored. I have photos of my lips as I'm sitting waiting for him to get out of the bathroom, and they're absolutely absurd. Please send me a DM if you would like to see the carnage. Will do, girl.
I want to see. Yeah.
I'll DM them and I'll send you a screenshot. This is a lady that sent me this long ass email, And I believe, yeah, she attached a dick pic.
Why?
You want to see it?
Kind of.
Okay, so basically, I read all of these stories out of my email queue, right? So when you send me an email, sometimes I stumble upon these. Hold on. I can't show you the name, but what I will show you is just like how much scrolling is involved in this email to get to the picture. And it is about how somebody sent her this picture and she was so violated by being sent this image, and then she emailed it to me.
Like, at least
Girl, I'll show you. Solid 6. Not on this with a rating scale, but I mean like 6 inches. I gotta make sure they can't see this picture.
That's so.
Why do I keep showing you? Oh my God. Stop. The title of your After Dark story time is 34-year-old man-child.
Many such cases.
Many such cases. That's her favorite saying. I love it.
It's so unfortunate, but I can't stop saying it.
Mine is there's a million different ways to live a life. I love saying that. Like, people will tell me something, I'll be like, there sure are a million different ways to live a life.
So many different ways to be a person.
Mm-hmm. I love us. We're so judgmental. Hey, Bestie, totally different than your typical After Dark story times, but I just have to share this with you because it angers me so much. And this loser follows you on Facebook after I shared a video with him, so it would be pretty direct if you wanted to say something about it.
We love that.
This is not the first time this has happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, where someone is like, exactly the man that you be talking about, he follows you. And I would know because I used to deal with him. Okay. I'm a 33-year-old woman and I have kids from a past marriage. I've been dating my boyfriend. Should I say his name?
Sure.
I've been dating my boyfriend, Nick. Fuck you, Nick. Say fuck you, Nick.
Fuck you, Nick.
Yeah, push your middle finger out. Yeah. Fuck you, Nick. A 34-year-old man for 3 years. We've been saving for a place together. I have a place, but we wanted a bigger one. Many such cases. We talked in late December about having a baby next year as long as everything with the house goes as according to plan. He said he wanted a girl.
Does she know that she doesn't have to do that?
Do you know that you don't have to do that? For real? Okay, so she is actually like beyond the most like happy and content child-free person that I know. Like, I will say, so I am not like lifelong 100% child-free. You know what I mean? There is a possibility in the future that I'll be like, oh, it would be nice to have some kids. Just not right now. What the fuck? That's crazy. And I will say something that always pushes me to the point where I'm like, damn, you have a really good point, is that I will be like, well, I just feel like I'm so good at being like the rich, scary auntie. Like I'm so good at being, yeah, just like the rich, bitchy aunt, but I get you the best gifts that your parents won't let you have, you know, shit like that. And people will remind me like sometimes your like favorite rich auntie has a kid and they end up being like your intimidating cousin. Yes, they end up being like your scary, intimidating cousin. And I'm like, oh, you're right. I would love to raise those little people.
You would love to raise a scary,
I would
intimidating
love to raise the intimidating cousin. Yes. Can you imagine my kids pitted up against like any of my siblings' kids? They'd fucking stomp them out.
Yeah.
What? My older sister's kids, that's a little bit different. My younger siblings' kids, yeah, my kids would beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I think
And I'd be so proud. I'd be like, yeah! My kids would bully their kids. Be like, your parents a loser. Okay. He said he wanted a girl. I had a lapse in insurance, got pregnant right before we had this conversation.
No comment.
I didn't know at the time. I found out after I got reinstated and I got a new doctor because my old one was across town and not taking clients, and it was a mess. I realized it was possible I got pregnant when I missed my period in January. I asked him what if and had that conversation with him, but I framed it hypothetically, and I told him as soon as it was confirmed by my new gyno and he had a full fit. He had been ignoring He's been ignoring me since I told him.
Oh no. Jail.
I'm pro-choice, but he's already talked me into having one before. Same guy? My birth control failed us once before, and it wasn't anyone's fault. It's happened to me twice in my life. My other little surprise baby is 9 now, but I'm not going through that again. And because I told him I wouldn't consider it this time, he's been emotionally manipulating me. He's been ignoring me, and then the few times he has texted, he's said anything under the sun that he thinks can stir up a reaction. He claimed my place has mice because when I moved in, it did, but I obviously had an exterminator come take care of that problem right away. He talked down on the fact that it's a 3-bedroom when he's living in his mom's house.
Yeah. Many such
They
cases.
always do that. Many such cases. There's a million different ways to live a life, and you are picking the worst one, not you. That. He knew when my health insurance lapsed, but claimed I must have just stopped taking my birth control and planned it. Oh, so her insurance lapsed and she must have gone off the pill during that time.
Right. There are options.
Facts. I'm like, when did she send me this, bro? We can crowdfund for you. She submitted this on March 11th. Dog, what? How many weeks has that been? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Dog.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I want to email this person? Like, you don't need mutual aid, dog. I'll just give you the money.
Are you good?
Holy shit. Well, she said she didn't want one. She said she didn't want one. Okay. It's your life. It's your life. But if you know going into this that you're going to be a single mom and you're cool with that and like you feel you are fine with that, more power to you, bro. But it sounds like he doesn't even need to be involved in these conversations. Like, obviously, he should be involved in his child's life, but involved in your pregnancy? No. He knew that birth control had failed us before. He knew that things happened. He knew that I was looking for a new doctor. But the few times that he's texted me, it was to freak out. Then once to tell me it wasn't that big of a deal. He just felt blindsided. Okay, so bringing a human life into this world is definitely a big deal.
Big deal. What the fuck? Anyway, sorry.
He loves me, and we planned more about how we're getting a place this year. And then he flipped again and said that he's done with me because life with me will never be comfortable. And he even put some of the blame on the fact that I have kids. He has a kid, and we're not in a huge, comfortable boat financially, but it's not something I can't manage or afford. He'll struggle, sure, he already has, but I'm doing fine. And I'm sure that that's part of his reaction. Of course.
Always.
Of course. Like, girl, especially like if he is struggling, he wants you on the same level that he's on. And that doesn't mean, okay, I think that so many people take that to mean like he's going to do better and he's going to work harder to get to where I am. No, honey, he's going to drag you down to where he is.
Until you feel like you can't do better.
Yes, until you feel like you can't get out, you can't do it. Like, he's just going to drag you down to his level. How would I know this? I used to be in hell, and it sounds like, honey, you took over the cell I used to be in. He had a total flipping character and is abandoning me because I got pregnant unplanned and won't do exactly what he wants. He's tried tearing me down, saying that doing it with me is a chore and undermined the life I have as if it's in disrepair. I am smart, funny, and beautiful. I live in a 3-bedroom house while he lives at his mom's. This has been one of those relationships that since the beginning, people don't know why I picked him. I've had friends try to talk me into leaving. He would joke that when we go out, people stare at me and they get upset at him or think he must be really funny. Oh, he has a great personality. Why is it, this always happens where you pick ugly men and then they are still pieces of shit.
Yeah.
I had a story, I think I posted it last night, like the actual clip on my social media, where this girl was talking about how like she's on this quest to find out, like to find an attractive man that isn't a piece of shit. The uglier ones, like the uglier they are, the worse they are, because it's a toss up of a bunch of different things, but part of it is like when an ugly man gets a beautiful woman, he starts to feel like he deserves her. No, this was a gift to you, you dumb son of a bitch. Like, why would you disrespect that woman like that?
And he wants her to feel like she can't do better, so she doesn't.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
like vampires,
I heard once, and this really stuck with me. I heard someone say once that like when, and of course this doesn't go for everyone, but generally, most of the time when women start to get, more comfortable in their relationship, or I guess when they get deeper into their relationship, they get more comfortable and they start to feel like, okay, I can be like more caring, I can be, I can be comfortable in that way. And when men start to get deeper in the relationship, they start to feel like, okay, I can be comfortable now. Like, I can be more cruel. I can, like, put more things on her and whatever. And, like, she's going to deal with it. That is this. um, a 34-year-old man that I've been dating for 3 years was planning to buy a new home with, expand our families with. He was searching for the perfect engagement ring.
Oh,
No, ain't no fucking no comment. No, he wasn't.
okay. He was not.
He was not. Like, listen, we've all been delusional before.
Yeah, no judgment on that.
No judgment. That is part of the things that you have in your head that will give you a reason to stay. And he's probably hyping it up to you that he's doing this because he knows it's important to you. He's not doing that fucking shit. And if he was only doing it for you. And I promise you, you do not want to be married to that man anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me how I know. Overnight decided to throw a toddler baby fit because I am pregnant and has been ignoring me for weeks because I won't get rid of it. I won't terminate again. The discard is just insane to me. And to say that life wouldn't be comfortable because of my kids when it's not like they came out of nowhere in the past 3 years infuriates me. I am having a girl, and I don't want to live or co-parent with this loser after all of this. I don't think he will apologize or self-reflect at all, but I don't want to be emotionally manipulated into another termination when I still have trauma from the last one. My other kids were from my marriage. I've been doing the mom thing solo, so it's not a big deal to me, and I love being a mom. Thank you for reading. I know that there's not much content here for you, but I'm just really hurt and upset, and I don't want to vent to my friends or family because they already think that he doesn't deserve me. So if we make up, I don't want this to reflect back on him. But this morning, he decided to follow two 18-year-old... He followed two 18-year-old pros on Facebook. No shade to them, but it gives me a huge ick at him for being so old and acting like this when he's avoided doing anything of that nature since I told him it was a red flag. I'm just exhausted. Honey, if he's looking at pros that age, he's looking at the girls that you know that age. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's first and foremost. The age factor, it is a factor. It is a factor. You cannot ignore that. More than that, you are having a little girl.
Yeah, that was my first thought.
That was my first thought, bro.
Get him away from her.
Get him away from her. Like, get yourself away,
Please.
obviously, please, but get her away from him because you are doing what you need to do as a strong woman to like do what you need for you and your kids. And part of that is making sure that they have the mom that they need. And the more that you are in this situation, the less that you can be that for them.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yes, of course. And
a lot of child-free people, I don't want to like, you already know what I'm gonna say. A lot of child-free people choose that lifestyle and appreciate it and enjoy it because of their relationship with their parents. Don't force your kids to be one of those people.
yeah.
And I say that with all the love in my heart, but there is a big potential for this specific child to grow up and be like, fuck all of you, because you broke down and you went back. And it takes a lot of people who are in these types of situations. On average, it takes most people that will leave an abusive relationship 7 attempts to actually get out. It's the 7th one that sticks. Okay, and I will say, I had a comment recently on my social media. Um, I do absorb some of the things that people say, even though like I want them to just bounce off and continue on their path. It doesn't always work like that. I'm still a person, and it's just me running these accounts. I have people that help with other stuff, but like part of the reason it feels like you're just watching one of your friends like post on her social media or spam her story or whatever is because I am doing that. Like I'm literally just doing that. And so like this girl had gotten into it with somebody. It was a post, I think, about like we don't believe in divorce or some shit like that. Or like, oh, I'm gonna be a stay-at-home girlfriend. Yeah. And she was like, well, I do that and my life is great. You know what I mean? I hope it keeps going that way. But she had gotten into it with somebody and they're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And finally I see this girl comment some shit about how like, oh, well, I love her videos and I watch all of her content, but she'll say it herself that like there were red flags and she went back anyways. Bitch. I was giving you so much leeway and all the leash in the world, babe, to say whatever you want, say your piece, do whatever. Like, that's the thing, is if you ever think that I'm deleting your comments, I'm not. I don't give a fuck that bad. Okay, I don't go in, I don't moderate, I don't whatever. And part of it is that if you are a piece of shit, I hope that people that know you in real life see the way that you carry yourself here and see that and can act accordingly.
No shame.
Facts. I'm not going to delete your fucking insane shit. And a lot of people think that I should. But listen, no, I think that your actions should have consequences. And I think that if you are going to comment this fucking racist, misogynistic, whatever shit on my page from your public Facebook associated with you and your name, yeah, I hope somebody sees that. I know for a fact that some people have seen it from different individuals because they'll reach out to me and they'll be like, oh shit, like this guy lives in my town.
Yeah, I like that you don't delete them.
Yeah, I don't do any of that shit. And so yeah, it's literally just me. And every once in a while I'm like, oh fuck you, and I just go block them. Like,
Yeah, because that's insane.
I'm like a nut. I love your videos. No, you don't. And if you do, you don't deserve to. Okay.
No, that actually pissed me off. Can't lie.
Yeah, there's like 2 more sentences, but we can end it there because no, you need to, yeah. The age is relevant.
It's always relevant.
It's always relevant. Somebody is always going to be jailbait to somebody else. Okay? If you are 21 and he is 50, that is no different than if you were 18, bitch. And if you don't see that, you will once you get a little older. Like the older I get, especially as I get to the age that I know other people were when they were perpetuating these actions, I'd be like, you sick fuck.
Yeah, I don't even know how I would talk to like an 18-year-old, like.
I don't even want to talk to an 18-year-old in general.
Yeah. So.
I remember being 18 and thinking that I knew everything and that I was the hottest shit and nobody could tell me a motherfucking thing. I don't want to talk to an 18-year-old in general, bitch. Do you know how much more I know than you now that I'm 26? Shut up. Like, if you put me in a room with 18-year-old me, we would probably have a cage match.
We would fight. Like, we would fight.
Yeah, I'd put that bitch in a headlock. What? 18-year-old me that first got to college that was wearing fucking Vapor Maxes and shit with the space buns, I beat the fuck out that bitch. For some reason.
Girl.
Oh my God, I saw one of those work trucks for the first time, like in a while the other day, and I was like, it was awesome. I did not give a fuck. Like, it's weird sometimes remembering how traumatized I was at that time. Yeah. You were there.
That's why, like, whenever you're like, oh, you're like genuinely happy for me, I'm like, yes, bitch. Like, you were in the trenches.
Oh man. And I was such a like, I was so fine being a martyr. Like, oh well, at least it's me and not as and there have been like so many different ways and phases throughout my life that I've been like that, and now I'm like, fuck no.
You don't
I
have
wish
to
you
do
would,
that.
bitch. Absolutely not.
Life will not reward you for
Boom,
being
boom,
a
boom.
martyr or a victim.
No. No, in fact, you are just making your shit worse because you will normalize finding yourself in this position that, like, other people, it might be a fucking once in a lifetime shit, and you, bitch, it's every week. Walk away. The title of your After Dark story time is Two Baby Holders. Well, you have 2 followers that have 2 cooters. True. I have 2 followers that have 2 cooters. Their shit are like they're side to side. Well, I don't know if it's up and down or side to side, but yeah, 2 entryways. Yeah. Nobody with 2 wieners, just 2 cooters. Well, what about someone who has 2 uteruses? Yep, that is me. And it is definitely not fun whatsoever. The only true cool thing about me is that mine is shaped like a heart. Nice. Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, I can get multiple periods in a month. Sometimes they do go at the same time, sometimes one right after the other, so on and so forth, right? Well, the other super awesome thing about it is the fact that I can get pregnant in both of them at separate times as well. I found out when I was 21 and I am now 28. Imagine that. So, wait, has this happened to you? Is that how you found out? I hope not.
I'm sorry, this is a nightmare to me.
Yeah,
Like,
I bet.
2? I don't know. Is that, like, would that be safe for you to get
Oh,
pregnant?
like 2 pregnancies at once? I doubt it.
I don't think so.
No,
Like,
because if you go into labor, oh, that's rough. That's crazy. My other question or concern would be, okay, like, yeah, you're getting multiple periods because you have like multiple uteruses getting uterus lining that needs to shed, but what about like the hormonal impact? Her shit is probably fucked. Damn. I hope you're doing good today, friend. This one is the title of your After Dark story time is, hold on. Look at this title before I read it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to censor that. And I have to like, my foot is asleep, but I can't show my feet in this fucking video because people are disgusting. People will literally message me, not many, but like 2. And they'll be like, thank you so much for our outfit of the day videos. I love the sneak peek at your toes. I'll right here and now. I'll myself on camera and make you watch it. So bold. Oh no, there are bolder people than feet people. Okay, so I have found a tier system in Bestie After Dark. You might cut all that other shit, keep this. There's a tier system. Okay, feet people are bold, but feet people are kind of in the middle. All right, the most shameful people, the people that keep it like really on the DL, armpit people.
Okay.
Armpit people. It's weird. I don't know. But they're ashamed of themselves. And I would be too. I get that. Do you know who is fucking obnoxious? I mean, like, no shame, no fucking nothing, no, it's just out there. And they call themselves, they'll be like the community, like they're dead serious. And they're fucking insane. Guess. Anything in this world, guess. Wedgies. There is a community of, yes. I wish y'all could see how she just fucking disappeared. Wedgies. Wedgies. Atomic wedgies. Yes, these people have been fucking harassing me. I don't even want to be saying this word right now. They're going to show up at my door again. Wedgies.
Should be ashamed.
Because I was like, yes and no. Okay, one time I posted a like get ready with me video. I was going to the gala in Florida. And at the end, I was like, no, this is the real get ready with me. You know, some fucking bullshit. And I like dry shaved my armpit real quick because my shit was hairy. And yeah. And then I get a Bestie After Dark submission from a follower who like I recognize their name. You know what I mean? Married polyamorous man that like hit on me one time with a picture of his wife as the fucking like profile picture, him and his wife kissing. And I took a screenshot and I put it on my story and he was like, take that down, please. And I was like, no. And then he still was here. Yeah. Submitted a story and he was like, love the pits.
I'm sorry, the only people I've ever known that are into armpits are all like gay men, so.
Really? I've never known a gay man that was into armpits. The gay men that I know, again, like an insane level of deviancy, bro. Like just pissing in each other's butt on a Friday night and shit. Like,
I mean, I want to say no kink shaming, so no kink shaming, but also maybe you should feel a little bit.
this is the kink shaming show. What are you talking about? You're watching the kink shaming show on the kink shaming channel and you're like, no, 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 don't do that. You'll make him feel bad. I hope so. Okay. And the title of your After Dark story time is Big Downstairs Lips, Uncut Gem, and Horse Built Bitch Boy. I want you to understand I had to censor every single word in that sentence. When I say horse built, I mean like, okay. All right. I totally didn't DM you this too because I didn't look at your bio. Well, I'm so glad I didn't read it because it'd be freaking me out sometimes when you want to do that shit. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Tell me why in your recent post about asking for stories with weird downstairs parts, I'm like, oh, I'm in this category. I have big lips. And then I quickly realized you were not talking about people like me. I was not. Okay, having the roast beef on deck doesn't make you special, bitch. A lot of people are lipalicious. Not me, though. All right. Interestingly, if we're just having an open discussion, I have a Barbie doll.
Oh.
Yeah, my shit's just like,
yeah,
it's all in there. You're a Barbie doll girl? Period. Little lips.
But no, I can't imagine having like a whole.
Well, okay. And what's crazy is I didn't realize we're the minority.
Really?
We are. I mean, it might just be in the people that I know, but why am I going around having like deep discussions with people about their badge lips? But no, yeah, I swear to God. So on like the last bachelorette trip I was on, we were all drunk as fuck. We made like little drawings of different types of vajays and like kind of picked which ones looked like ours. Yeah, basically. And we're like explaining the different like sizes and shapes. And yeah, I was like the only one with an innie. That's what it was. Innies and outies. Innies and outies. And I was the only one with an innie. And then another night I was at Scorpio with the gang, the former going out gang. And the baddie that I'm still friends with, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. She was like, yeah, my shit be hanging all out. And I was like, what? And we damn near showed each other our cooters in the middle of the street. Like, look at this.
Catching a charge. Wait, that actually kind of blew my mind. I didn't know that.
Innies and outies.
Okay.
Innie gang. But like, no offense to the outie girls, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like we hear about y'all more. I think that men, okay, this is another thing. I asked a guy about this once. It was a shitty guy, but it was a guy like, I didn't give a fuck about. So I was like, I'm just gonna like, tell me this. I have been told that allegedly there's really no difference. Like it doesn't make a difference at all. It's like they wanted their own version of how we make fun of them for being like big or little and so like they just started talking about lips and about different.
It does make a difference.
Yeah, it makes a difference for us. But I could see, okay, this is what leads me to say maybe he's lying. because he's lame and stupid and ugly. But this is insane. Okay, I'm a bush queen, right? I don't know how you roll. I am a bush queen. I'm not a performative bush queen. It's not a secret. I got that thing on me. But the first guy that I went out with or was with or whatever that like loved bush, R.I.P. He'd be like, it's just so warm.
Like a cold?
He'd be like, I love bush because it is so warm. I'm like, brother, well, actually, no, I almost said we're Velcro together, but he was like hairless. Like he was intentionally,
he was into you. Okay.
Yeah. Bro's always very stubbly. Kind of hurted.
Very particular.
Very particular. But yeah, so that leads me to say if the bush leads to warmth coverage, I could see how extra lippage would kind of like wrap around.
I knew you were going to say just cover more area.
Yeah. Be warmer.
Oh, genuinely.
Yeah, I don't know. Why? I'm like, why are we talking about this? Obviously. Okay. But I do have funny stories about this because why has every single man I've been with, except for my current boyfriend, pointed out that I have big lips and that it's not normal? Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Yes, it is, you fucking freak. Okay, see? Perfect timing because yes, apparently you are the silent majority.
I know, so why are you complaining about pussy? Like, I'm sorry, but you should be grateful. Like,
yeah. Plus, the only time I've ever gotten a yeast infection was from sand getting in my hoo-ha when I was a little kid. This thing has protected me well. Okay, first of all, I've never had sand get up there. I be having to take diflucan every single time I'm on antibiotics, though, so chill out. But you know what I'm talking about, the pill, yeah. But sand up there, I need you to know, from two any sisters to an outie sister, your fucking lips are not protecting you from the elements, brother. This is not eyelashes. What's wrong with you? You're not being protected extra by your big ass lips, shawty. What? But I also remember when I was being groomed on the internet as a child. Okay. Immediate jump. I would pull my lips back and I facts. I would pull my lips back and I would tuck them inside and catfish grown men into thinking I had an innie. They use the term innie. And their reaction was always, that means you're tighter. Like, first of all, that's not how it works, bro.
Yeah, that's not.
How long do they have to be for you to tuck them up in there?
I was just thinking that, but I didn't want to say. I was like, how do you?
There's got to be like a butterfly shape. You know what I mean? Where it's like longer in the middle for you to swoop and tuck.
I just can't conceptualize that, to be honest.
I bet. What? I'm too fried. I almost said something about tucking tutorials on YouTube. Yeah, but I think the technique is there, you know. I don't know if anyone else in the world, honestly, you could be onto something, bro. Because I'm like, I don't know if anyone else in the world is doing this. You could be the one teaching them how to, if you got the butterfly lips, right? You take the corners right here, you fold them up, you tie it into a bow, and you put it up there. But to satisfy your craving, I need you to know that this sentence says, but to satisfy your craving, when I was about 16, I've never had cravings for anything that is 16. You're insane. Okay. Do you know anything about me? When I was 16, I was dating a 26-year-old dating. So, first of all, I've never had feelings about something that was 16 in my life, right? Anyways, I had to explain to an 18-year-old boy that an uncut gem, what an uncut gem was versus a cut one. And he was all, oh, well, I'm not circumcised. And then I had to proceed to tell him how to properly clean it because he didn't know that it wasn't supposed to be cheesy. You have to cut that.
Oh.
FYI, he had a long-term girlfriend. Like, why did me, have to explain that? He also kind of forgot what I looked like, I guess, because when I was sitting next to him senior year of high school, he finally realized who I was. And he was like, wait, you're insert name here. And suddenly he stopped asking me for a pencil every single class and stopped asking me for help on the work. I think he was greatly embarrassed to remember our conversation and to be sitting right next to me talking about statistics, knowing that I know what he has done with his, because I'm the one that had to teach him. Oh my God, I have a better example too. This one guy, he had an absolute horse meat. Like that shit was actually massive, at least 8 inches. I've seen bigger. Yeah, okay, like
But
8, that's why I stopped for a second. Like 8 inches is big, but that is not a foot long. You know what I'm saying? I know guys who their shit is so big that like they were obnoxious about it growing up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, when you roll it out and it smacks your knee, you're allowed to be obnoxious, but like, can you take it down a notch? Anyways, bro, he was also not cut. So when he was 15, he decided to go have it done. That's so interesting.
I knew someone who did that.
Why? I love an uncut gem.
And he was like in his 20s.
Once again, gotta do it, bro. He was Catholic. Oh, I'm just respecting him. Sorry. Yeah, if you're not in the Dead X Club, you would never get it. You know what I mean?
Crazy that to be even part of that club at all.
Crazy, yes. And there's different levels to it.
I'm not
I'm not as deep into that club. Was he uncut too? Uncut Dead X Club.
That's crazy.
Oh, this is really my best friend, bro. We've been through like so much of the same shit. Why did both of our exes have uncut meat and then off themselves?
That feels wrong, and like within like the same year too. Like, anyway, R.I.P.
What if they like got on the phone together and they were like, guess what we should do? Like, okay.
Uncut Dead X Club. I will not stop thinking about that. Just so you know.
She said, bro, tell me why he sent me videos of him jacking it immediately after his surgery. Like, his surgeon told him that he is not allowed to do that for at least a week. And he's going home and probably sending a bunch of girls pictures and videos of him jacking it. And it's bloody. And when he was 18, he was telling me about how he had chronic torsion because his balls were so big.
Didn't that hurt him? Like,
That is so crazy, bro.
that's just good.
That's so... Bro said, I'm cursed with massive meat. Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me for...
Sorry, that was like whiplash.
Imagine me doing this alone. Like, I'd be like, I'm hard at work right now. Be for real. Thank you so much for joining me for another week of Bestie After Dark. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you would like to see all of Bad all at once, you can subscribe on my website, ycbestie.com, to support me as a creator and get early access to the Bestie After Dark episodes. Or you can visit my YouTube at ycbestie to view the full episode at once. If you prefer the little short clips, check out my social media. I post the individual stories every single day. You'll get your money's worth. Bye!